Did all that behind the scenes help you loosen up, Dan? All that?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to try that next time.
It's been a busy day. It's been a busy week. Oh, welcome to Let's Talk Trek. We are the UK's premier Sunday night Star Trek chat show. Other nights, there are better shows. I'll admit there are better shows out there on other nights. But on Sunday, we are the best. We've had a show over that.
Are there better shows than us, Dan?
Yes.
I've not seen a show that does Star Trek better than we do.
The Trekkie Girls.
Hawaiian shirts.
The Trekkie Girls.
Well, they're not on at the moment, are they?
They talk too much about Star Trek, and they're not on a Sunday.
Yeah, true that. But they are very good. That's the trouble.
They're girls.
Well, they are good. They're not on right now, so we beat them on that.
Right.
Although they've been going for 2 years, and I'm still waiting for one of them to make a decision.
Oh, and there's 4 of us. There's only 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Which one of us is D'Artagnan then?
I think. Who's the youngest? Is it Carl or Dan?
It's Dan.
Dan. Dan is D'Artagnan.
Oh.
D'Artagnan. That'll do me.
I'll be the drunken priest, whichever one that
Remember
was.
the old
Aramis?
Dogtanian? That was great.
Oh, it's coming back.
Is it?
Dogtanion's coming back, yes.
Oh, amazing.
Can't wait.
The hounds.
Actually, there's something we can do when we all get together in a month or two's time.
Yeah.
We'll go and see Dogtanian.
Right, who we got in? Megan. Hello, Megan. How are you? Stefania Jaquanda. Hello. I pronounced your name correct. Christoph Leichleitner. Val, Hugh, and
hello, everyone.
Dobson.
G'day, mate. All of you.
Steve McCarthy's in as well.
What ho, Steve?
Hey.
Steve is one of our friends from over the way in America, and we'd just like to say a very big happy Independence Day to all of our American friends. And
it's Traitor Day, isn't it? Yes, I forgot. Yes.
So happy Independence Day to you guys, and we hope that you stay safe, however it is you're celebrating. So, right.
Whichever of the original 13 colonies you are in, enjoy.
So let's throw these comments up. What's that? Megan's stuck in isolation for 5 days thanks to Track and Trace.
Oh.
Well, there's your mistake. Don't have the app.
Don't go licking COVID patients.
Megan, I was under the impression that people in your line of work weren't actually allowed to have it on. You're not allowed to have the Track and Trace app on. So perhaps you've missed a trick there, my dear.
Right, so...
James may be able to clarify this, but I believe the notifications on the app are not legally binding for you to isolate. They are merely a suggestion. It's only if Track and Trace contact you that you are legally obliged to isolate.
Yes, I think that is probably about right. However, the lack of enforcement across anything is such that anything goes.
Oh, good God. No, someone who cared wasn't listening. Right, let's continue.
So, firstly, I'd like to talk about Star Trek Voyager. I can only believe that season 7 was on terrestrial TV yesterday because all I could hear was "It's coming home, it's coming home." So I assume that Voyager has finally returned.
You're a bit behind there, Dan.
So the difficulty we have here, dear viewer, is that none of these three follow the football as I do.
Is that soccer?
I follow the rugby football.
So the England team are doing rather well in the Euros, which everyone else is very excited about. There's absolutely not even a tenuous tie-in I can do to Star Trek. And this show is not about football, which is why I'm not wearing my England shirt. I'm not going, go England, go England, go England. But if you're watching from abroad, England are doing rather well. And I have to say, it's going to be hilarious if we win the Euros having just left Europe. That's going to be hilarious.
Given that we came last in Eurovision again.
I'm sure there'll be some law we have to hand it back. Right. So, yes, let's have a think.
It's a big hello to the England team. We know you're watching.
Absolutely.
Yes, hello, Gareth and Wayne Rooney and the rest of you.
Have they still got
boys? Keep it up.
Have they still got David Beckham face playing?
Yeah, David Beckham still. He was watching with his son. Yeah,
is he? He's a footballer. Surely he should be on kicking the ball around.
He does play actually. Occasionally, he plays in America where they as you said, they call it soccer. But the clubs, it works very differently. They have franchises for clubs. So sometimes he'll literally put on his boots just to kick it about so people can see him, and that'd be it. It's a bit weird.
Excellent. Right. And if you're like the rest of us and you don't really like football and you prefer Star Trek, this is the show for you. If you do like football, you can watch along with Football Later as Richard watches the England game live on Wednesday at 4 or 5 o'clock. Is it, Richard?
Yeah, we're going to do a Let's Talk Trek football watch along where you can watch me watching the football. That's going to be absolutely trolling.
Golly. Right, so let's do cocktails first, and then we'll have a natural about some other bits. So that's probably the best way. Yeah. Last week, we challenged James to make cocktails with ingredients that we all chose. This is going to be fun.
Well, you swines, you challenged me to make a cocktail using 4 specific ingredients, being whiskey, Midori,
Pineapple.
no, it wasn't pineapple, Angostura bitters, and one other thing I can't remember.
Baileys.
Baileys, that's right. I have not been able to find a cocktail that requires these 4 ingredients, either as a whole or as part of a greater whole, so I'm still working on it.
You've
But,
never been to Essex.
I think I will have something for you next week.
I was really hoping you were just going to say
4 ingredients, so you'll have to hold fire on that.
See what happens.
So instead, I'm going to mix for you this evening the Scotty Aldebaran. And for the Scotty Aldebaran, you are going to need the following ingredients.
Is this an independent cocktail?
No, it's not independent.
Okay.
We had a vote on it and decided against it. So we will be using.
I thought Cranky had decided that they were going to have another vote until they got the answer she wanted.
Yes, we'll keep voting until we get it right. There we go. Right, yeah. So we are going to use the Midori for this. We're going to need 60 milliliters of Midori. Gosh, that's quite
Just
a bit.
while you're mixing, I'll pick up in the comment there. Christopher said the Euro is a UEFA competition, not an EU competition. Not even Boris Johnson would dare to cut off the UK from the football world. I'm afraid that you give Mr. Johnson a lot more credit there for understanding what it's about there, Christopher. I know people personally who voted for Brexit because they didn't want England to play in the Euros. That's what we're dealing with.
I know my sister was devastated when she thought we might not be in Eurovision.
And then equally confused when Australia were in it.
Yeah. The Eurovision is as a result of the European Broadcasting Union, which is a totally different European Union. Right. You're going to need 30 milliliters of Ferengi lime juice. And what do we know about Ferengi lime juice?
It comes from Azerbaijan.
It's moist.
It does indeed. Right. The most dangerous element of this cocktail is this, the Cardassian egg stuff. What do they call it? Taspa?
Taspa, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, hang on. 22.5 mils of egg white. Oh,
That sounds like what?
steady. Oh, I hate dealing with egg white.
It's no yolk.
I've never even
Stop
touched
cracking
an
jokes.
egg white or a yolk. What does it feel like? Is it sort of gunky?
Yes,
It looks
it's like
gunky.
ectoplasm. Do you see when Alan Partridge was on a month or two ago? They had an egg white cocktail. He went, "Don't drink that; it's raw." Right. So you'll need this. First of all, you give it what's called a dry shake, which is without ice, and then a wet shake, in which you do deposit some ice in there.
A dry shake and a wet shake mean 2 completely different things to me.
Yeah, then we have some leakage going on there.
Was that after the dry or the wet shake?
It's after the wet shake, obviously. Then take 1 chilled cocktail glass.
You don't get this from the Trekkie girls, do you? No dry
Oh, look
shakes.
at And just for fun, Let's put some Ferengi lime in it as well, just to make it tartar. Look at the colour, gentlemen. Look at that.
If that came out after a dry shake, I'd be very worried.
Green.
It looks like someone put Kermit the Frog in a blender.
Kirby. Oh, that's quite nice. I like that. I wouldn't have more than one. But, yeah, I'm going to give that 3.5 Barrowman DVDs.
Right. So my question is this: can we, at the next official European Star Trek convention, and Showmasters, if you are watching, which I know you are, we would like to host a panel where James does an entire 2 hours of just making cocktails.
That could be so much fun, couldn't it?
And the panel gets better and better the more that he's made and sampled. So,
which celebrity guest do you think are the most likely to come up and say, "Yeah, I'll try them all"? Who's it going to be? John Keating, isn't it?
John Barrowman.
Would it be Mr. Keating?
Connor Trinity.
We're not having Mr. Barrowman on our panel now.
I'd do Barrowman.
Well,
perhaps you'd like to spend an evening with him.
Okay, so let's move on to some more features now. Should we do collectible, or should we ask our question first?
Oh, there's something I've not been briefed on.
Okay, so I believe that we're giving right. So, as was alluded to at the top of the show, James and Richard are venturing to the north in about 6 weeks.
Yes, I've bought a mosquito net.
Right, so they're coming up towards Manchester, and we are trying to think of places and things to do with them. So if you are from that neck of the woods, or you think of something that we should be doing together, put it in the comments, and we might just do it. We are going to dinner. We are going to be getting a little bit drunk, and we are going to the Imperial War Museum, where James is going to come dressed as the Brigadier from Doctor Who, just to confuse the staff.
I'm looking forward to visiting
5 rounds rapid.
I'm looking forward to visiting the north, but I've had to put together a first aid kit for the expedition. It contains some Evian, in case we don't like the northern water. It also has in there all kinds of wonderful things that I've picked up from Marks and Spencer's, and some sunshine. So we should be okay.
Marks and Spencer's. You do realise that we have Booze around here. We don't need Marks and Spencer's.
You're probably quite happy picking up your tea from Asda, but James and I require a Marks and Spencer's. Sorry.
You do realise you're coming to Cheshire, don't you, sir?
Oh, you've got a Waitrose.
Marks and Spencer's. That's like a cheap Waitrose, isn't it? Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Richard. If we go by train, we'll stop at Fortnum and Mason and buy some tea.
That's a good idea. Or we can go to Harrogate and buy some tea. Harrogate's got wonderful tea.
Yes, go straight past us for an hour to get tea, then come back.
It's worth it for the tea from Harrogate. Honestly, it's wonderful.
Seems like a majorly rubbish idea.
Well, hang on a moment. In the comments,
oh God,
Megan said we should pick up an infection on the way. Hang on. It's a little bit out of Manchester, but you could always give Zombie Infections Courthouse event a go. I have to confess, Megan, I've seen occasionally you post on Facebook about this, and this. I think perhaps you should come on the show and explain what it is, because from your posts I can never make out. Do people dress up as zombies and chase you?
Megan, you are not invited this week though, because you are socially isolated. You are keeping isolated, and we don't want to catch COVID. So,
but is this if this is the idea? If people dress up as zombies and chase you, and then you then have to run, I'm really not interested in it.
And you don't get to be a fat boy by running. So,
do you know? If I want to see zombies, I just go to Morrison's in Margate.
Oh, the Asda. The Asda's the one. If you go to the Asda after 9 o'clock on a weekday,
oh my God, we've been such an elitist show.
It's like The Walking Dead. Seriously.
Moving on. Dear God. Hello, dear viewer. My name is Carl, and this is Collectible Corner.
Ew, Carl.
Hey, oh, Carl. Carl has not got a collectible for Collectible Corner this week because Carl has been busy being manager of pub and
I've got something.
taking whippets for walk and stuff like that.
Whippets.
Go on then, Richard. What you got?
Got a pink knob.
Yeah, moving on.
I've got something too. Dan, could you value this? Oh dear, I've broken it. Oh,
That's not worth a lot anymore.
This is a
We're
ceramic.
blessed now.
look at
ceramic.
that, everyone.
Oh,
what a beauty.
Melon Freighter! Oh my word! Look at it!
Where did you pick that
It's
up from?
magnificent. That's
Look
beautiful.
at that. Look, it says on the bottom. Look. There we are. Melon Freighter. Look. Oh,
Are we going to ignore the fact we heard the sound of it breaking?
Have you got
there we
the
are.
James? Do you
Look at
have
the
the
balls on that.
special edition gold-plated Melon Freighter, or will we see that next week?
We might see a gold-plated Melon Freighter at some point, but yeah, this is what everybody wants.
When we have our friends on from, are they called Eagle Moss? What are they called now, Dan?
Hero Collector.
Hero. We have our friends from Hero Collector.
This is what we want to ask them about.
We want to ask them about the gold-plated Melon Freighter.
Wow, look at that.
Look at it
Right,
coming
hang on.
at you.
Let's do an actual.
What's it worth? What's it worth?
10
And how much for my pink knob? 'Cause I'm gonna-
Come on, I spent more than that on eBay to get this little beauty.
Come on, Carl.
Oh.
Right,
Have you got one, Carl?
Let's show an actual collectible. Here we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This is the Star Trek Uhura bag. Now, it is, I believe, designed for designed not necessarily for as a backpack. It is only got this type of thing. There's no strap that comes over your shoulder.
There's
so
no shoulders. There's
no shoulder strap.
It
It does say on the back there is a little thing that says Star Trek on the here. It is embossed. It's made of pleather.
We know a song about this, don't we, gentlemen? What's in your bag, Daniel? What is in your bag?
I let it sound Lord Lucan's false teeth. That's what's in my bag.
So I wanted to demonstrate how large the aforementioned bag was. So I thought the best option to show was with my MacBook, which fits quite nicely inside with some space. So you could use it as a laptop bag, a fashionable bag for laptoping or things at a convention. Now, this bag is normally retailed at £30, which, as we know, in
we
pennies.
QVC now. What's happening here?
Would you mind just slinging it over your shoulder and walking from one side of the camera to the other, just so we can see it being modelled and see how it?
So, it's a lovely thing. I can't deny it. Val, if you're still watching, if you haven't given up yet, Val got one of these. She's really pleased with it, and she showed me her bag the other night. It does look lovely. But the what's in your bag, Daniel? Genuinely, what would you carry in that? What you planning on using it for in your day-to-day life? Because
it's not for me. I've donated it to the lovely wife. So.
That makes. Because I was going to say, it looks like something I personally would carry my 70s porn star lingerie in.
Okay, so let's have a look in the comments. Linda's in from Chicago. Megan's bought one too, because I sent Megan the link for it. Anyway, so here's it is. It should be
different characters, Dan. Can you get like Kirk and Spock and Scotty?
No,
and so
it's only Uhura. Now,
it's a really lovely bag. I love the way they've gone for the proper 70s design. It like car wash feel. It's just wonderful.
It does retail for £30, or at the moment it is on offer on the Zavvi website for £9.
Is it real cow or fake cow?
Fake cow.
Oh.
It is not a backpack. It is a bag, but it is on the Zavvi UK website for £9 at the moment.
Now, Val showed me her flaps the other night. If you unzip, there's one at the front you can unzip, and there's one at the back you can unzip.
There is.
Yep.
Holding points at the front. There's a zippy thing at the back.
Yeah.
And inside, if you look where the zippy bit goes, it's got stars inside.
Ooh, pretty.
It really is a lovely thing, I have to say.
The QVC Star Trek night used to be on the first Sunday of the month, didn't it?
And to make matters even more interesting, we have bought a few of these. So we're going to offer one as a game when we do Stampity Stamp live on stage.
Dan, I'm on the Zavvi website right now, and there is a matching Uhura journal hardcover.
There is. How much is
You can
that?
put in your bag. It's $12.99. It's significantly more than the bag, but you can have 4 of them for 20 quid, and therefore, with your friends, you can chip in and spend £5 each.
Someone's just Linda from Chicago with her bean. I said, your wife will love it. Do you know what? I'm going to buy my wife this for Christmas, and I'm going to film her reaction as she opens it, and we'll put it live on the show.
I think it could be. We could do this as a new feature. Each week we could put a collectible inside the bag, and the game could be with Carl. What's in the bag?
It's another mail-on freighter.
Yeah. Is it going to be the gold-plated one this week?
James, can you send me a link to that mail-on freighter you found? When's Hero Collect coming on, Dan? Or have they not now? Have they?
We are still in negotiations. We have not yet pinned down a date due to work commitments, which are going to get increasingly harder for myself due to the fact that Nightlife is releasing very soon. So, yes.
I'm just looking to see if Zavvi have got a mail-on freighter for you, Richard. I'll let you know.
I just love the way it looks a bit like a poo.
So that's my collectible. Get it now on the Zavvi UK website for £9 while they've still got stock, because I imagine that there's not many left at £9. Right, are we on Twitter? Says Chris. Carl, are we on Twitter? Do we go live on? Not quite.
I'm still not. I've heard it talked about a lot, but I'm still not certain what Twitter is.
Carl is in charge
of the website. They had the Wand Company communicator
out of stock. If you try and click it.
That's why I was excited to see it was there when you can't get them for love nor money. But yes, out of stock, not available anywhere. Why have you left it there?
It's just the Wand Company communicator that the Let's Talk Trek technical department worked out how to fix if yours goes wrong.
Yes,
same one. Yeah. This is why you watch this show, for these helpful hints.
That one there at the end of my thumb.
Yeah.
Listening.
The problem with it, if you've got any technical problem with any of your Star Trek gear, you should probably message the show, because between the 4 of us, it'd be very unlikely if we were not able to fix it. I mean, just look at the wonderful job that James did fixing that mail-on freighter. James, how much is that? Was that standard 15 quid?
I would not have spent 15 quid on this. It would be worth twice as much, but I picked it up for a bargain of £5 English.
So I genuinely had a conversation with a friend of the show, Darren Jameson, who does Star Trek blog. It's really good. And I said to him, I love the Eagle Moss Hero Collector collections, but in all seriousness, why are they releasing a mail-on freighter? And his answer was genuinely, well, where else can I get one?
The guy's got a point.
He's got me there. He's got me there. There's no answer to that, is there? There is nowhere else you could have gotten one.
Keep talking.
Chris, in the comments you say, have you seen the Bluetooth communicator that links to your mobile phone? Assuming you don't mean this one, I believe you may mean the one that Dan's got, which is the badge.
Yes.
The com badge. I think they've re-released it, haven't they?
Yeah, the com badge. That was another one we did a fix for on the show. Or if not, I fixed for someone. They gave it to me. Yeah.
We are working on that, Chris.
Okay, I would like to raise you on the mail-on freighter issue. I've been busy in Mason Towers this week.
Right. Have you got another cloaked mail-on freighter?
No. So what I've actually got is the mail-on Titanic, which you will recognise.
Look at all the little balls.
By its increased poddage. This is the mail-on Titanic with detachable pod sections.
It is Pride Month as well, isn't it? So, it's right on trend there.
Now.
Oh, my mail-on parator's got a bit limp.
And you said there was nothing Star Trek to talk about this week. Look, we've talked about more Star Trek than we've ever talked about before.
Oh, that's
And most of it centered around the Mail-On freighter.
The Mail-On freighter did at least appear in Star Trek.
I tell you what, do you think Rick Sternbach watches this and goes, "What? My God, what did I do? What did I help create?" Bless. Right,
We'll have
so
to get Rick on. He's a good laugh. I like.
he's
Rick.
a lovely guy. He's all right. Right then, Carl, shall we do the Stampedy Stamp? Well, let's do at least that bit of this feature.
So you want the
We have a stamp.
you want the old stamp up.
Produce
Okay.
the stamp.
There it is.
So, Christoph, tell us why that is Mr. Spock in your own time, and everyone else can have a guess.
No. That's obviously Beverly Crusher.
I think that's Alexander Siddig. Have we had Alexander Siddig before?
Well, we're not just on UK stamps anymore, are we? We're on international
No,
stamps.
we're on worldwide international postage.
I see Alan has gone for Mr. Hom, but then that's his answer every week.
Nadim is our usual good
Nadim
guest.
normally knows what's going on, but I'm not sure the chin warrants a Crusher comment here. This is Jadzia. Has anyone ever thought that Jadzia would be a wicked name for a brand of vacuum cleaner?
No, that's just you.
Because like Dyson, Henry Hoover, Albert, and then Jadzia. I'd buy a Jadzia vacuum cleaner.
Oh, Alan, please turn up to destination as a Mail-On freighter.
In fact, if you got a Zorb ball and you paint it properly, you could be a Zindi, the Zindi little pod ships from Enterprise. You could just be one of those by yourself.
I think that a good panel at the next Destination Star Trek would be an arts and crafts panel where James shows us how to make a Mail-On freighter out of some papier-mâché and some balloons. I think that'd be amazing.
And then I could produce one that I'd made earlier.
I think it's Alexander Siddig.
No.
Okay,
We're
well,
in
we'll come back to
agreement
the
with you.
stamp. We'll play some Blankety Blank, shall we? Do we have anyone who wants to play Blankety Blank this week?
Oh, okay. We're doing Blankety Blank. I thought he was on Blankety Blank was on furlough, but okay.
Well, I've prepared it.
Oh, well, in that case, it's on flexible furlough. Release.
Should we perhaps do reverse Blankety Blank, whereby we put it? We'll be the contestants, and our viewers will be the celebrities.
I don't think this helps James's "he's prepared it" speech. Yeah.
I just don't know how we'd get that to work right now.
I don't either. I was hoping someone cleverer than me would work that out.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher's pointed out Alan is still after the Barrowman DVD.
True.
Well,
I mean,
Alan's
perhaps,
been
Alan,
after
you'd like
John
to play the
Barrowman.
theme for the Barrowman DVD.
Alan's been after the John Barrowman evening for some time.
Who hasn't been after an evening with Barrowman for some time?
I mean, frankly, I can't wait to be rid of it. So, someone please win it.
You're gonna get rid of it, and then you'll have a Barrowman-sized hole in your life, James.
You will.
How would you fill the void?
Moving swiftly on,
The Mail-On
we
freighter.
have another contestant for Blankety Blank.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to play Blankety Blank this evening?
Who wants to play Alan Window for the Barrowman DVD?
I'll play
How about
against
Val? Val Hug. You're always lurking
Yeah,
around.
go
Why
on,
don't
Val.
you play?
Well, Val Hughes.
Val Hug, as she puts herself in the comments.
Auntie Val, start playing.
Yeah, come on, Val. Come
Funny
and be a
about Barrowman
contestant.
DVD on.
Here's the deadline. If the Barrowman DVD is not won by the first week of September, we are going to see how far we can frisbee it off the top of Jodrell Bank.
Right, so it's Val versus Alan.
Val
for the
versus
Barrowman.
Alan. All right.
Al versus
Okay.
Alan.
Oh, we have a Wamu wants to play.
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
Wamu versus Val.
I don't know. Does W Moo want to challenge Alan for the right to go for the Barrowman DVD? I mean, let's face it, you're not going to win it, are you?
No one ever does.
Alan's had so many attempts at this. I think Wamu, who
I think Moo and Val.
identifies as a cartoon strawberry, is going to play against Val.
Right.
No,
okay.
they're
then.
not from the pub. They're just salted.
W
popcorn.
Moo. Are you familiar with Blankety Blank? Have you watched us playing Blankety Blank before? Would you like me to recap the rules?
What say you to 8 men down?
In short, I will give each contestant a phrase which has a blank or blanks in it. The panel will write down what they think should go into the blanks, and then I will ask you what your answer is, and we'll see if you match with any of the panel. We'll then do the same with the second contestant, and the one with the most successful matches goes through to the super match game. And in the
Jacks
super
are
match
worth
game-
10 apart from one-eyed Jacks, which are wild cards.
I'll tell you what, if this had been around in the old days, America wouldn't have gone independent. They'd have stayed around for this feature.
They certainly
I
would.
would like to offer my pink knob as a prize tonight.
So would
I've got
Mr. Barrowman.
2 spare, so
All right, I'll tell you
they
what.
come
Then,
with all the
Richard.
fittings. I've got
So there are 3 prizes available at the moment. I have the DVD, the yo-yo, and the pencil. Would you like to substitute your pink knob for one of those prizes?
abs. I've got they came. I only needed 4, and they came in a pack of 6. So I've actually got 2 spare pink knobs. I'm a Klingon.
All right. Would you? Should we swap it for the yo-yo or the pencil?
Probably the pencil.
All right. Okay. Right. So
This
W Moo, we're going to
feature
start with you.
guy.
Here comes your question. Listen carefully. Let me see. Instead of tea Earl Grey hot, Picard was shocked when the replicator served him blank.
Hang on, wait. Who's this for?
This is for W Moo.
From Wamu. Say it again.
Instead of tea Earl Grey hot, Picard was shocked when the replicator served him blank. So, W Moo, when you're ready, write in the comments what your answer is, what goes in that blank, and we'll see if you match with any of the panel who are busily scribing their answers. Panel look like they're ready. Do we have an answer from the contestant? Have we got the blankety blank music to fill in this void while we're waiting for W Moo's answer?
Blankety blank, blankety blank, boom boom, blankety blank, blankety blank, boom boom, blankety
New
blank.
feature needed. New feature needed. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, what?
Oh, here, white.
White
tea.
tea.
Okay, right, Dan, what have you got? Ronan's candle. Oh,
Yeah, that would be a shock.
that's no match there. Carl?
I went for Mr. O'Brien's coffee Jamaican blend, double strong, double sweet.
Oh, that's no match there. Sir Richard?
I went for coffee, and also in case President Trump is watching, Kwerv.
Kopecky. Right, okay, so no matches there, W Moo. So, right,
Hard
it's an
to
open
cheese
goal
on
for
W Moo.
Val. So, Auntie Val, here comes your question. Are you
Listen
ready?
carefully, Val.
Listen very carefully. Commander, tell me about your blanks.
Can you say that again?
Commander, tell me about your blanks. This is an actual quote from TNG.
Struggling with that one.
You're going to love it when I tell you what the original answer was. Whenever you're ready, Val. Panel all ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we got music.
David Thompson's gone for exactly the same answer. And what I did put an eye raised.
Auntie Val, though.
Well, absences. Commander, tell me about your absences. Right. Dan, what do you have?
Parents.
Oh, it's no match. Carl?
Ambition.
Ambitions.
Sounds a bit like absences.
Yeah.
Tell me about your
Give
absence.
that half
What?
mark then, because some of the letters are the same. So, Richard?
I had torpedoes on.
Torpedoes. This is from the TNG episode where someone says to Riker, Commander, tell me about your sexual organs.
Oh,
Alan was straight in there with his sexual organs.
Oh, he would have won the Barrowman DVD.
He would have won it.
It's the
I'll,
super-
Barrowman DVD would have been his.
Right, well,
Well,
so
Alan's not
Val,
playing as well.
because Val got half a point, generously awarded, Val goes forward to the super match game.
Hard luck, Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, God, is this
So,
feature still
now-
going?
Val, listen carefully. This is what you could win. So we're going to have the legend. I have 3 answers before me, which are worth either 50, 100, or 150 blanks.
I've already said
If you
no.
get the
they're not.
answer which has 50 blanks, Val, you will win Richard's pink knob.
Get him pink knob.
There it is. Okay.
Comes with all the fittings.
If you get the 100 blank answer, you will win the Riker's Beard Yo-Yo. And if you get 150 blanks, you will win
The Barrowman DVD.
Ooh, an Alan.
Okay,
will be
are you ready?
forever
Here
jealous.
comes the legend. So just to remind you, I'll ask the panel first to give me an answer. That's just for advisory purposes only. You're not obliged to accept it. You can take any of their answers or just give me your own. So here it comes. Launch blank. Launch blank. Dan, what have you got?
Launch.
Launch blank.
Launched a Delta Flyer.
Okay. Carl?
Probe.
Probe. Sir Richard?
Torpedoes.
Launched torpedoes. And I see we've got Megan's offered sequence as well in the comments. So, Val, let's have your answer and see what you've got. Launched blank, Val. What are you going to say?
You don't have to match with us, Val. This is purely whatever James has conjured up in his crazy
What's on the
little
piece of
mind.
paper that matters?
Launch
probe.
answer.
I like
Launch
that.
next
Christoph.
feature.
I like
Launch
probe.
probe.
So, Val's just given us an emoji. Come on,
Launch
just
box.
torpedoes. Right,
Torpedo.
okay.
Torpedoes.
So, here we go. Launch. For 50 blanks, the answer was
Shuttle.
shuttle.
Yeah.
For 100 blanks, the answer was probe.
Probe. Oh, yes.
And for the John Barrowman DVD,
The Barrowman DVD. Do we have torpedoes?
For
not if
150
James'
blanks.
brain got
Billy
anything to do with it.
Pineapple.
Launch.
Scouts.
Launch Scouter.
Right. Wonderful. Glad this feature's on. We're moving on.
Let's go back to the stats.
That was brilliant. Hard luck, Val. Better luck next time.
Alan's just the DVD still available.
Oh, God.
So, can we reveal the stamp? Who is the stamp?
It's got to be Siddig. It's like being sober rather too quickly. Oh, I'm getting sober. Oh no.
Oh, it's Spock.
It was, of course, Spock. I
Canadian
said
Spock.
Siddig. It sounds a bit like Spock.
Wow. Right, and on that massive disappointment, let's move on to our next feature.
It's a
Okay, hey, everyone. Okay. So today's briefing is going to be a short one. The Borg invasion still isn't happening. Okay, there's no Borg threat, and I'm fed up of talking to you guys, and I just want a cup of coffee. Apparently, I'm not even president anymore, and I don't care. How do you, Megan Reynolds? How do you explain the implants, sir? Okay, you probably should ask sir about that, whoever that is. I'm not sure who you're talking to. It's not me.
Mr. President, a question, please. Tricky Sky Media Group. Do you have an opinion on One Night with John Barrowman?
Okay, so I've heard of Mr. Barrowman, and he's got a lot of interesting things to say. He's got a lot of points to make. He better not make them in my state, or we'll probably, march on Capitol Hill or something.
And do you have a message for today, which is Independence Day, for your fellow Americans?
Yeah, I mean, today's, as I like to call it, Trump Day. Other people like to call it Independence Day. But really, I have to say that, this segment has run its course. Which is a shame because it does have such a great intro.
Right then, real news time. So let me quickly scroll this up. Right, first slide, please, Sam. It is today. Happy birthday to Emily Goots.
God, we're scraping the barrel for news here. Jesus.
So happy birthday to Emily.
And in other news, Marina Sirtis had her bunion scraped. I mean, gee, sorry.
You wait till it's your birthday show. Right.
I do like her, though. I think she's one of the... genuinely, she's one of the standout actresses on Discovery. Very much enjoy her. So happy birthday to you, Emily.
Yes. Friend of the show.
Any lines, does she?
She's a friend of the show, yeah.
Yeah. We've interviewed Emily Goots, so lovely lady. Right, moving on. Next slide.
Have we?
Aha.
Not him. No, don't ruin Galaxy Quest.
Peg is
this man so much. Oh no.
Peg is in discussions to do a live action series of Galaxy Quest.
Oh God, no. Really? Stop ruining things, you prick. Jesus. Oh.
Wow.
What,
No.
Derek, what can you tell us about the live action series of Galaxy Quest? Would it have Alan and Weaver in it?
What I can tell you about the live
available, sadly, but
what I can tell you about the live action Galaxy Quest is this: that our invite to the premiere has just magically vanished. Thanks, Rich.
He can't write. He can't write comedy, and he can't
Really?
write serious.
Hot Fuzz is brilliant.
I
I used
love.
to love him when he used to work with Sooty.
Sorry, I don't get.
Oh, that was Matthew Corbett.
I don't get his. I don't get his take on anything. I don't understand why they let him anywhere near the Star Trek franchise. It was.
Did you not like him in Hot Fuzz? I thought Hot Fuzz was brilliant.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't funny. Him and the Nick Frost guy. The problem is, if you're going to do comedy, as you look at the comedy greats like the League of Gentlemen, John Cleese, and the Pythons, and the rest, they're actually incredibly good actors, and that's why they pull it off. Him and his mate Frost can't act. They really can't. I mean, don't get me wrong. In the Star Trek reboot, it was difficult with Carl Urban and everyone there, but I mean, how was he Scotty at all in any way, shape, or he can't act. He's not a good actor. It's like Quentin Tarantino said. He wrote films and scripts because he wanted to get himself into films, but he always limited himself to a cameo because he knew he couldn't actually act. This idiot should do the same. Perhaps if he concentrated more on his writing and less on attempting to act, he might churn out something worth watching. But if Star Trek Beyond is anything to go by, then absolutely not. Just stay out of it, mate.
Sunday night,
Richard, tell us what you really think.
Sunday night, you're tuning into another episode of Richard Rants.
Don't hold back.
Well, it's just I'm sorry, but if you watch what's that woeful film he did, The End of the World, I never thought I would see a film where Martin Freeman was not the worst actor, but Simon Pegg managed to do it.
I've got to tell you, I quite liked The World's End because it reminded me very much of a number of people that I know. What can I say?
Aha!
Oh, that's the Klingon Bird of Prey and the Golden Gate Bridge in 1987 for the voyage home. What's the story here?
It is. And would you say that the scaling on that Klingon Bird of Prey in relationship to the Golden Gate Bridge is accurate?
No.
Not for the one that's in the film, but the funny thing is, if you have the Haynes manual for the Klingon Bird of Prey, you find that there's a whole load of them that all look exactly the same, but the scales vary massively. And that's how they explain the disparity.
I've got an interesting anecdote about
That's the one, Carl. Turn to the page with the scales on.
Give me a moment.
So my Eagle Moss, as we now, the artist that used to be known as Eagle Moss, we now call Hero Collector. The Bird of Prey they churned out is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It's a really, really good model. Mine was genuinely damaged in an earthquake. My port disruptor got damaged in an earthquake.
Yeah, but it's no mail-on freighter, is it, Dan?
You can Google it. No.
This one, Richard.
It is. It's beautiful. I've got the same, but my port one disruptor came off in an earthquake. There was an earthquake in Thanet about 8 years ago now, and my wife tried to wake me up and said, "There's an earthquake," and I went, "Shut up, you silly! I'm trying to sleep. Thanet is not an earthquake." Woke up in the morning, went upstairs, and found my disruptor snapped off because it had fallen off its thing because of the earthquake.
Mine's just.
I've got an earthquake damaged Bird of Prey.
Did you claim on your earthquake insurance?
There you are.
Yes, there we are. Look at that.
So that's it in scale with another Bird of Prey.
Yeah, so you got the B-Rel class and the Cabot class. The B-Rel is the one that's in Star Trek 4, I believe.
Beautiful ship, wonderful design, and really by Hero Collector, a stunning model. It's no mail-on freighter, granted, but it's a stunning model all the same.
Dude.
It's got a convenient bay large enough for 2 humpback whales as well.
Just about. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, the reason that this is in the news and the reason I've got this image, Hallmark are releasing a special edition Christmas ornament, which is going to be a Comic-Con exclusive. Carl, next slide, please.
Oh, does that mean we have to go to San Francisco or something to get it?
Ooh.
Or San Diego?
Essentially, what they've done is they've bought a load of the Hero Collector ones. They've stuck a eyelet in the middle of it and stuck a bit of ribbon on it, and now they're going to knock them out.
The paint job is nowhere near as good as the Hero Collector.
Not as good as it.
The Hero Collector one's far superior in detail, I think.
It's really nice that the Hero Collector one was obviously they thought we're going to do this one right. We're going to spend
the front of it looks like someone started describing a Cylon and then decided to change their mind halfway up and decided actually we're going to make it into a Klingon Bird of Prey. Do you know
the cloaking device, isn't it? The red round thing.
Yeah. It looks like, you know, the Cylon fighters in the Battlestar reboot. It looks like that.
Dratted, James, I didn't know you were wearing your fez tonight. Mine's at the dry cleaners.
Right, Carl, next slide, please.
We both wore fezzes, Richard. Let's be honest.
Oh,
I know this. This is some news that I read. So, Ethan Phillips, apparently they did actually shoot the scene where Neelix broke up with Kes?
Yeah.
Yes.
They did. It was shot, but they never, obviously,
Showed it.
yeah, they never incorporated it into an episode or anything for it to happen. Which I remember. I genuinely do remember when I was watching Voyager when it first came out, being a bit gazumped when they had that random episode where she was copping off with that alien. It's like, well, Neelix had the ump. Oh, they've broken up. Oh, well, that never kind of transpired. The film was shot, but it was never shown. I'm presuming, and no disrespect at all to Ethan Phillips, because I do enjoy him and I do enjoy Neelix. The scene didn't come off well, and that's why it was cut. They didn't deliver. But I'd love it if they could find it and restore it. As a fan, I'd love to see it.
Hey, it may be part of that Voyager documentary.
It was apparently filmed in the science lab set, which wasn't used very often. That's why it stuck in Ethan's mind.
It's a good question, actually. Someone's mentioned the Voyager documentary. Have we heard anything more about that? They raised bucket loads of money to make it.
We're waiting for our invite still.
They have started to film it. There has been some bits and pieces. We will ask our friend Anne-Marie, because she knows some people that know some people that are involved with it. So we will ask our friend.
We still haven't been contacted, as far as I'm aware, have we, to put our bit in for it?
I think it's imminent, though, isn't it? It's got to be imminent.
It's got to be soon, because they're probably wrapping shooting soon.
Maybe we could do like subtitles for the English. Yeah, they could just be a little James in the corner, doing sign language in his fez. Yeah.
Do you recall that they had the big documentary where they re-shot Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker with David Prowse? Do you remember they did that? So that they re-shot him telling him he's his father with David Prowse as opposed to whoever the actor was they got to do it. We could perhaps reenact Kes and Neelix breaking up. I think we could do it.
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
But we could reenact it for the Voyager document. If we shoot it and send it to them, I don't see how they could keep it out of the documentary. I think we could do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they posted lots of photos, yeah.
Who plays Kes? Well, obviously that's the most effeminate of us, which would be James. Next slide, please.
There is no next slide.
End of feature, please.
Let's talk more about how creepy it was Neelix going out with a 3-year-old.
Glossing over, please. Right, let's move on to our next feature. This is something we call Wish.
I mean, presumably, we could learn from the accompanying education system. If you can be a fully fledged adult, fully educated by the time you're 3 years old, well, what are we doing wrong in this country?
Simple.
I'd have to blame the teachers myself, but
maybe if they spent a bit more time in work and a little less time on holiday, things would get done.
Yes. So last week I introduced the idea of parody as it comes to the Star Trek franchise, and that there are literally millions of parodies out there. This week I've selected one. I think the clip, Carl, I sent you was a little over 2 minutes, but let's cut it around the 1.5 minute mark just at random, because I think, quite frankly, that's enough. Roll VT.
In the year 2345, the Federation of Planets opened a Starfleet Academy near Carnoustie in Scotland. 4 years later, its first graduates emerged to find themselves rewarded with the command of Starfleet's newest and most powerful vessel, the Ion Impulse-powered Aurora.
Right, Ensign, he's work factor 10. We'll open this big bastard up and see if it is shit for sure.
Lady, get your belts on.
We'll catch us wearing belts like a bunch of big poofters.
Yep.
What?
Only let us go with the replicator. I'm starving.
All right. As long as you bring us back a mug of Royal Game Soup and a couple of ciders.
Captain!
What now?
There's a right big hooray, a spaceship coming towards us. You want to see the bastard? The size of the thing is a good the other twice sizes bigger than your skin.
These graduates never backed away from conflict, as they were fearless and highly trained.
I tell you, 4 men, you bastards, that is not your clacker back. What you need, you dafty?
Well, I'm just saying I go on a holiday, count them holiday daft, Ken.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yes. Did you spot the continuity error in there? The major error. The captain had 5 pips on.
Oh, I thought you
Well,
meant
there
the
you have it.
Nemesis uniform with all the other TNG ones.
Sorry?
There was a Nemesis uniform in with all the TNG ones.
Oh, no. That was mere set dressing, dear fellow. So that's what would happen if the Scottish people had made Star Trek, I think. That's what they're suggesting to us. And there speaks a proud Scotsman.
And I thought that Simon Pegg had churned out the worst of Star Trek.
So yeah, that's more or less it for features and things this week.
Does
And
anyone want to see the Mail on Freighter again?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes. Can everyone
I know.
put their freighter up?
now we are going to.
Ready, gentlemen.
So at Destination Star Trek London, if anyone wants to bring their mail on freighter, we'll be signing. We'll sign your mail on freighter with a silver Sharpie if you'd like it signed. I'll be having a cloaked mail on freighter. As it goes around the U-bend. There we go.
So going back, we did say that we are having a bit of a meetup in a couple of weeks' time. If you are in the Northwest or the Midlands and you wish to come up to the Northwest for the day to hang around in Manchester with us and do some bits and pieces, you are more than welcome to. Details will be posted in this show in the next couple of weeks. In case you want to be free, what date was that one? James, Walking Diary, what's the date, please? You put it in. You're one of these people that looks organised and has a diary.
Hang on. Does this help?
I didn't catch any of that. My internet is so bad. I lost what you said.
You haven't pixelated this week.
James,
So well.
James, when are you coming up to the north?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't yet got approval from the President, Mrs. Dillon.
It's in September.
Start of September.
I think we had a date. I'm awaiting her response to my permission application.
Isn't this a bit like planning permission? You just start anyway and then get told off afterwards.
Well, get retrospective planning permission.
Absolutely.
I've assessed the situation and I've decided to leave.
I'm waiting for the James line to come into our group chat. Is that Kirk line from the Search for Spock? The word is no. I am therefore going anyway.
My favourite one is, I've assessed the situation and I'm leaving. Don't be silly, Patrick. All your friends are my friends. I've considered that. You can have them. That's fine.
Let's have a look at this one. Have we heard anything about it, whether it's going ahead or not? I believe you're talking about Destination Star Trek.
Going ahead.
As far as we know, absolutely going ahead.
Yep. Full steam ahead.
We're supposed to be doing something or other there, aren't we? So
Dan's hosting a stage.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Are you not?
No.
Oh, shit. Are we doing one? What?
Right, moving on. Larry Nemesek is actually making progress on his documentary now on Wrath of Khan. He hopes to have it released by 2022 for the 40th anniversary.
Con of Wrath.
I did wonder about that because I put a little bit of money into his Kickstarter.
Christoph, is this one that he's been making for the last couple of years? I imagine so.
He's a thoroughly nice chap, Larry. I like him.
He is.
I've got something like a full £10 invested in that so that my name in tiny pixelated scale will appear at the very end.
Did you use your real name or did you go for like a Simpsons one?
Did you put the name of your company in so you could claim it back as a taxable expense?
I bet you did.
So Nadim said, last 10 years in the making, I would love to jump on board and ridicule him, but our Pages documentary has been on the cards now for about 3 years, and I've done nothing but written an intro script. To be fair, lockdown happened. But...
Is this your Pages documentary that's been going on since Pages shot in 1845 or whatever it was?
No, I only decided to make it. It was literally the summer before the last lockdown. I got in touch with some people who were really interested and really happy about doing it. And then, yeah, just all lockdown, everything happened.
Fizzled.
I'm trying to find enthusiasm to get back on with the project again now, because the people I spoke to about Pages Bar remember it was such fondness. It's just, it would be a crime not to do this documentary. It really would. James, express your fondness.
Maybe we could shoot some B-roll for your Pages documentary on the Thursday before Destination Star Trek when we're all in London together.
Yeah, well, it's the bar's flats now, but James could stand outside it with his G-spot and his plaque, you know. But it is all flat now where it is, yeah.
Yes. Well, we could go to the Marquis of Granby, which is around the corner, and we did occasionally decamp from Pages there when Pages was being renovated. It'd be almost the same thing.
Right, so I think that's more or less it for this week. So,
Oh,
Boy, I wish I'd have been given warning. I've just got mine.
Carl, we'll do this feature again in 10 seconds. All right.
Mine's not charged, though. That's the problem.
Can't hear a thing.
Hello.
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 I did it for you. There you go.
Thank you. On three, James. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, hang on.
It's going to, my God. It's got a life of its own. Oh, dear.
Meanwhile,
And on that disappointment, it's time to end the show. Good night, everybody.
bye-bye, everyone.
Look after yourselves and each other.
Hello, this is you.
You've been watching a Let's Talk Track production. It's us. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Don't forget to
Shout out for
Please do not attempt any of the stunts you have witnessed in the TV show.
Hero Collector.